Welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, brought to you by Underdog. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN MLB. All right, man. Me and D-Rock here today, filling in for Scott and the usual Mal. So, man, just bear with us. It's going to be one of those shows. We've done shows before, D-Rock.
Yeah.
I'm not the greatest host, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, man, it's good to be on a pod, which I feel like we haven't did one all year.
I was about to say before, like the preseason futures. I don't think we did one.
We did one of those together. Okay, yeah.
So, but yeah, good to be with you, man.
Yeah,
we had some day baseball. Toronto got there. I mean, they're a wagon, so they got there for me. But everything else been good, man. Thirsty Thursday. I know Scott's out there. He's going crazy in Vegas right now.
Scott, yeah, man. You know what? Scott is. Scott is a character, man. Scott seems like nothing bothers him, man. Cool as a fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, some good baseball going on. It's a bit of a, and just to show you how hard it is to bet baseball. Once you think you know a team, we got ample months of data on these teams, on these pitchers, and then they just like show up in really good spots and don't show up. Or man, it's just it's a crapshoot. But this is what we live for. So man, if you don't got anything else, D-Rock, any other, we can get right into it.
Yeah, we could get right into it.
All right,
we got a long slate.
Yeah, for sure. But before we do, I want to talk to you about the SGPN app. So you can download the SGPN app for all our picks and podcasts for free in one convenient place. SGPN app, wherever you get your apps. You also can hit us on Tally site. We got all our picks out there as well. All right, D-Rock. So first off, we're starting off on a bit of a sour note. We got two games, both at the top of the card, that are off the board. Pittsburgh, Chicago, Milwaukee, Cincinnati. So we don't have I don't think I have pitchers listed for either. Well, I do see Rhea for the Cubbies, and I do see Martinez for the Reds, but not much else there. I don't know if you had any overarching points on these games or something that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
well, just get into the games. Games.
Well, real quick on the first game, the Pittsburgh and Chicago. Yeah, no lines, but I do think it's going to be Braxton Ashcraft going for the Pirates. If that is the case, I did make the Cubs over a $2 favorite. I know the Cubs really haven't been playing the best baseball, but there's just no way I could back the Pirates here. They've been terrible on the road. It's going to be a bullpen type day anyway, with Ashcraft making the start. I don't think he's really that good. He gives up a ton of hard contact, and he doesn't really go long into games either. So I think for the Cubs coming home after a long road trip, this should be good for them and their offense to kind of get going. So it'd probably be Cubs minus 1.5 for me. That's probably how I play this game. There's no way I could back the Buccos on the road.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Cubs have been sliding a little bit, to be quite honest with you. They're kind of hovering around that 500 mark, and they have been for a while, which is causing, that division lead to kind of, be surmountable with the Cubs. I mean, with the Brewers doing what they do. But yeah, I would only look one way there. Pittsburgh, obviously away from home, is not the same team. Milwaukee, Cincinnati, I think I find that pretty interesting, to be honest, depending on who Milwaukee throws, because Milwaukee's been a wagon. You talk about wagon with Toronto. Milwaukee's been, I think me and Scott both bet Milwaukee like all week, and it's just been a cash cow. I thought they were too short in their series last week. I thought Peralta was too short against Skeens. That was a really good number, and they ended up blasting them. So, yeah, Milwaukee's a bit of a wagon. I want to ask you before we get into it, because, I mean, I watch the show here and there when you and Mal or you and Scott, but like your overall thoughts on Milwaukee, like projecting forward into the playoffs. I think me and Scott talked about like Peralta. He's a Priester guy. I'm not really a Priester guy. I kind of I know they can go with, the young kid, the young kid after Peralta, but interested to see how you feel, postseason wise about the Brewers.
Yeah, I posed the same question to Scott, and I would agree. They don't have that marquee pitcher. The young kid is all right. I want to see how he does in the postseason, and hopefully they they could right that wrong in the postseason after the Mets beat them. But my thing is, they're legit, man. They play baseball the right way. They don't make errors. The bullpen has been good, and they get clutch hit after hit. They don't have that one guy, and I know they're really not a home run team. I think they're 19th or 20th in the league in home runs, and in the postseason, you really want to be that home run team. But everything else, man, they are as legit as can be. I mean, and I think like Scott said, they play baseball how I like to play baseball. So I'm kind of biased in that sense. So I think they're legit. They don't have that marquee star, but I think they'll be just fine here. And I do think it is going to be the rookie against Nick Martinez, Jacob Mizorowski. I think he is going to be returning. If that is the case, my numbers did make him a -150 favorite. To your point, how can anyone be fading this Brewers team at this point? They're a wagon, and offensively, they're killing their opponent. And Nick Martinez, he's kind of been up and down in my opinion. I don't really like him in this spot. I think he's facing the Brewers at the worst possible time. And I actually think we'll see some runs in a hitter-friendly ballpark like Great American Ballpark. I think we'll see some runs. My total came out to 9.2, so there's no way I could fade this Brewer team. And I'd probably play the Brewers and maybe the over if we could get a small number.
Yeah, that's well said. So we can actually move on to the games that actually are on the board. So we'll start off with the Phillies making a short trip to Washington to face the Nationals. We got Zach Wheeler going against Mackenzie Gore. I have the Phillies -170, Washington +150. Total over under is 8. You can get plus money on that. I'll start it off, D-Rock, because I feel pretty strong about this. To be quite honest, I like the Phillies here. I know Mackenzie Gore bounced back. He's coming off 6 scoreless at San Francisco, but we know San Francisco's offense is not really the type of offense that you can build upon. I don't think they have the offense, especially not the way the Phillies have been playing. So I think he'll run into some trouble here. This is the 3rd straight road series for Philly, but like I said, it's a short road trip. They're just 7-3 in the last 10. They lost the last 2 versus Cincinnati, who we just talked about. They scored 1 combined run in those last 2 games, and that's kind of concerning. But I think Hunter Green pitched well coming back. I didn't expect that, at least not so soon. I didn't know what kind of restrictions he was going to be on, but he pitched well. So credit to Cincinnati for limiting them. And I mean, like I said, I just think Wheeler is just a much more superior pitcher. If you look at Mackenzie Gore in his last 2 home starts, 16 earned. He's got 8+ hits in his last 3 games, 6+ in 3 of his previous 4 runs earned. So I'm kind of out a little bit on Mackenzie Gore. He's a North Carolina guy, so I don't try to fade my North Carolina guys. But I mean, Wheeler's been lights out, 10+ Ks in 4 of his last 7. His hit rate's up a bit, but I don't really trust Washington's offense. It's looked okay lately, but just no consistency. So I would look to lay the 1.5 with the Phillies. If you want to put them in a parlay, I think that's a good parlay piece as well. So I'll take the Phillies minus that 1.5.
Yeah, Philly should win this game. I actually like the under 8 at -115. My total came out to 7.5. Philly's been in a lot of low-scoring games recently. 7-2 in their last 9 toward the under, going under in 5 straight, actually. And to be honest, they've been an under team on the road this whole year. 37-20 on the year toward the under. 2 good pitchers with Wheeler and Gore. I agree. I do think Gore's kind of been up and down recently, but Wheeler's been great for the Philadelphia Phillies. Yep. And you mentioned it, Gore up and down, but he has looked good in his last outing versus the Dodgers. He bounced back, which you do like to see. So I think that could continue here against the Phillies, who they're not scoring a ton of runs either. Winds are going to be blowing in DC as well. So I think we see a lower scoring game. Philly should win 4-1, 5-1, but I think the under's to play here for me.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think if the only pushback I would have on it is that if Mackenzie Gore since high school, if he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. You know what I'm saying? And the Phillies can maybe blow him up. But if he's going well, this could end up in a pitcher's duel. So I don't hate that. I don't really hate that. But I prefer the Phillies a little bit more than that. So we move on to the next game. The aforementioned Toronto Blue Jays are taking on the Texas Rangers. We got Jacob deGrom taking the hill for the Rangers, going against Chris Bassett. I see -118 for Texas. I always shop around, of course. I'm just going the best line available for each side. Toronto is even money at home, over under 7.5. You can get plus money on that over 7.5. What you got for this one, D-Rock?
Yeah, should be a really fun series this weekend. I think should be the series of the weekend. I love DeGrom, obviously, but the Rangers really aren't playing the best baseball right now. Even when they have the lead, the bullpen can't hold on to it. Their starters will have one terrible ending and kind of implode. I think the Blue Jays clearly have the better offense, especially at home. You even saw it today against who did the Blue Jays just play today? Whoever they did, they came. Oh, the Cubs. They came back and they won even when they were down. Vlad hit a nice 2-run shot. So they just find ways to win. And for whatever reason, DeGrom hasn't looked like his normal self the past 2 to 3 starts. Blue Jays, they already have a nice win over him back in May. And it's hard to fade Chris Bassett at home. He's a perfect 8-0 straight up. Batter's only hitting 244 off of him. And it's not like he's shutting teams down. He'll give up a few runs here and there, but it always seems like the Blue Jays offense gives him the run support that he needs. They find ways to win, clutch hitting. I like DeGrom as much as the next person, but I do think the Blue Jays will be able to get to him. I think they're the better team right now. And I think you want to back them at home. So I'll take the Blue Jays here, -1. You can get that at even money, actually.
Yeah, even money. Yeah, even money.
I'll take that.
Yeah, tough for me because I love DeGrom. Winning, but Texas is they're crumbling a little bit. I mean, 1-6 their last 7. Their offensive woes have kind of came back to bite them. 2 runs or less scored in 5 of those 7 games. And DeGrom, honestly, he's not been as good or sharp lately. I mean, 13 earned in his last 3. You got to go back and combine so he's got 13 earned in 9 of his previous starts before that. So that just goes to show you how good he's been.
Yeah.
10 of those 13 of his last 3 have been on the road. So that's a little bit concerning. He's given up home runs, 10 home runs in his last 7. So that's concerning, especially against the Toronto team who's been playing extremely well. The one thing, I mean, I don't really like Bassett as much as you do. He's not bad, but I know the numbers that you talked about. I just he's just inconsistent. I mean, 0-3-6-1-3 earned runs in his last few games. I know he's much better at home. I think a couple of those came on the road. He's allowed 7 home runs in his last 4. I might look at an over here, despite the pitching prowess of DeGrom and the struggles of Texas. I think if Bassett and DeGrom give up a couple home runs each, then we could probably get over this number. We're getting plus money to go over this, so I would go with the over if I had to. Sidewise, it might be a buy low spot on Texas and DeGrom, but I mean, it's nothing that I'll put my money on right now.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, getting plus 101 for the over. I did make my total 8.1. I agree. I think we'll see some runs here, but getting plus money at home for the Blue Jays,
yeah, that's fair.
I couldn't get past.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's completely fair. All right, D-Rock, so we're gonna move to a team that's near and dear to your heart, man. We're gonna go to New York, to Citi Field, where the Seattle Mariners and Luis Castillo come in to face Sean Manaea and the Mets. I see Mets -120. That's a bit rich, D-Rock. I'm going to tell you that right now. -120, plus 106 for Seattle. Over-under is 8.5. Even. What's up with this even money on the overs? Even money on the over, -115, 8.5. It is a total. Yeah, D-Rock, when I saw this number, man, I was like, I don't know if they had, did they wrong team favorite? I didn't get it at first, and I mean, especially with how well Castillo's been pitching. I mean, he's allowed 3 or less in I think 6 straight, if my numbers are correctly. And I mean the Mets, I lost a lot of money on them the past few days, thinking it was a kind of a buy low spot, and they got me good. They scored 25 runs in those 3 games. Usually, when you score 25 runs in a 3-game stretch, you're supposed to win. Instead, they were 1-2, gave up 9 runs in the 5th inning or 6th inning yesterday. I forgot which inning it was, but 9 runs in inning to Atlanta. Manaea's been good in his first 4 starts, but he has allowed 9 combined in his last 2, so that's something to monitor. I mean, I like Castillo. He's steady, 2.25 ERA in his last 8. Seattle's 8-2. I'm gonna take the plus money with the better team right now in better form.
Oh man,
I'm gonna take Seattle, dude. Right, my bad, man.
You're good. I like Sean Manaea, do, but the Mets never win any of his starts. They better win tomorrow. I'll be in the building for the game. Firework night.
Let's go.
I'll tell you this, Lonte. If they win, I'm watching fireworks. If they lose, there's no shot I'll fucking stay in there. I do think they could win this game. All bias aside, Castillo isn't the same pitcher on the road than he is at home. Batter's saying almost 300 off of him on the road this season. And I think Seattle has kind of cooled down. Kyle Raleigh has definitely cooled down. They lost 2 in a row. They're losing today. And when that offense isn't producing, I don't care how good their pitching is, they're not going to win games. They struggle against lefties, and I think this might be a good spot for the Mets to get a win. I did make them a -120 favorite. It is right at my number. I can't go farther. I can't go past that, but I do see -120s out there. I got to have action on the game. I'm going to be there. I got to take my Mets, though.
That's fair, man. That's fair. Look, I'll be rooting you on. Like I'm probably not gonna bet this per se, but if I had to, it would be Seattle. And I mean, Seattle's playing well, man. Seattle's playing extremely well. 8-2 in the last 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Manaya's, he is what he is. But see, my thing is with betting the Mets, like I was the bounce back that you're talking about. I was expecting that to come.
Yes.
In the Atlanta series.
Yeah. I mean, to choke away a 6-run lead. They've only done that. I think this is the 4th time in the Mets history that they've choked away a 6-run.
In one inning, bro. 1 inning.
It's actually, they need to get Blackburn the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
He's terrible.
Yeah, bro, he is.
Get Frankie Montas in the bullpen. Some of these, I was saying to Scott, I don't think they did enough at the deadline.
They didn't. I don't think so either. Yeah. Before we get into the rest of the slate, man, let's talk to you about mybookie.ag, who we're brought to you by. MyBookie.ag is your place to bet on every sport, including the MLB, WNBA, golf, and of course, football futures, just right around the corner. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations, easy deposit, and lightning fast payouts using crypto. I don't really have it's a lot of college and NFL best bets. What's your bet? You got a best bet for college or NFL win total? Anything you got, D-Rock, do you really love?
Oh, yeah. I actually just put 2 articles out on the website, SGPN.com. ACC preview best bet and the SEC. Which conference you want?
Whatever, man. Whatever.
ACC. I do like the Hurricanes to win the ACC at +390, but a sneaky win. Wake Forest Demon Deacons over 4.5 wins at +6.
Oh, you like Wake? Okay.
Yeah, a little North Carolina since you're there. Come on.
Wake. I mean, they better be good. I
don't know about good, but 4.5.
4.5. Yeah, 4.5.
Come on now.
Maybe. But yeah, you can head over to mybookie.ag, use promo code SGPNMLB for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPNMLB. Also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm's power trends are now called smart signals. Rhythm continues to crush it with smart signals, essentially the best of what their house model has to offer. These are AI detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a high ROI. A strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when a line and win probability hits a certain range. Smart signals are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean data back bits. MLB smart signals are crushing it. Mike Trout and Juan Carlos Stanton, to my chagrin, are combined 14-0 on smart signals recommending their unders. WNBA smart signals 97-65 in July with a 15.64 ROI. These are so good that Scott and Adam literally are booted off of one of their accounts. I didn't know that, for winning too much. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
That's crazy. So download the Rhythm app, check out smart signals, and start betting smarter. You know we will be. You can get your 7-day free trial also, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right, D-Rock, so we can do something a little bit different here just because of the sequence that we have here. So we have Atlanta and Cleveland off the board, as well as Detroit and Minnesota. I don't know if you want to hit on any of those guys. I don't see any. Well, I do see pitchers. I just don't see lines. So I see Fetty's going for Atlanta. Cantillo's going for Cleveland. For Detroit, it looks like it's Morton versus Urena for Minnesota. So did you have anything? Real quick. Anything on those two?
Yeah. For the Guardians and Braves game, we mentioned it. If there's a series to get to bounce back, it should be against this Braves team. There's no way I could back them on the road. I don't care. They won 4 of their last 5. It's against my Mets. We both stink at this point. I think the Guardians have been playing actually a little better baseball in the second half. But honestly, I think this is more of a fade on Eric Fetty.
Yeah, agree.
He's been terrible all year. Since coming to Atlanta, he's given up 3+ runs in 3 straight starts. I don't trust the bullpen. It's going to be a travel day for them as well. So I just think this is a bad spot for them. And on the other side for the Guardians, I really don't think Joey Cantello, he's been that bad for the Guardians. Walks can be an issue for him, but if he can keep that in check, I think they should be fine. They have a top 10 bullpen as well that he's backed by. So I think at home, Cleveland should win this game. And what was the other one you mentioned? I'm sorry.
Just real quick, I'll hit on a couple points because you actually hit on a lot of the things that I was going to hit on. So with Atlanta, I think this is a sell high spot. I mean, they're 4-1 in the last 5. They scored 38 runs in that stretch. So their offense has been really good, but this is a complete. I'm going to take Cleveland. Obviously, price dependent, but I mean, Cleveland's playing really well. Fetty, he's got 1 win since May 9th. He's allowed 20 earned runs in his last 4 on the road. Cleveland's playing extremely well. Cantillo is a bit inconsistent, and he does have those walk issues like you talked about, but I think they should be able to get to Fetty here. The other game was Detroit, which are throwing Charlie Morton, and the Twins, who are throwing Urena.
Sorry, I was just replying to Nathan.
No, you good. You good.
Well, Nathan in the chat. He's a mensch for that.
Yeah, I don't have a ton on that. I mean,
2 terrible pitchers. I don't want to back either side. There's no lines, but if anything,
look at over.
Yeah, I was thinking first 5 over. I think Uncle Charlie and Jose Urena both stink. We saw old Charlie Morton in his last start versus the Angels. We were almost fooled. That one good start.
Yeah, he was pitching good.
He looked good, and I said, okay, maybe a change of scenery, but he got smoked versus the Angels. They are playing better Angels, but Jose Urena, he's just another spot starter. Probably going to be a bullpen type day for Minnesota. He doesn't really go long in the games. He's backed by a bottom 10 bullpen as well with Minnesota. I don't trust either of these guys. We've actually been seeing a lot of overs for both teams. 7-3 towards the over in the Tigers' last 5 as well. So I probably look towards an over, but I'm not going to bet the game.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm with you there. So we do have the rest of the games. I think. Well, we got one more that doesn't have lines, but we'll get to that in a second. So the next game up, we got the Miami Marlins traveling to Boston to face the Red Sox. We got Sandy Alcantara, who will be going against Lucas Giolito. Minus 168, give or take. Is the best price you can find on Boston. Plus 142 for Miami. Over under is 8.5. I'll kick it off, D-Rock.
Yeah.
I think this is a good spot for Boston. Now, the past few episodes, when I've been playing my spots, they have not been the best. So I will say that. But I do think this is a good spot for Boston, who's, I mean, they were one of the hottest teams for a while, and they kind of cooled off a little bit. And Miami's definitely cooled off a ton since that. And I don't really trust Sandy, especially not on the road with his road numbers. Boston, I'm looking at Boston's team total over. I think they should be able to get busy on Sandy. He had, he probably should have been traded. I don't know what Miami was doing. Probably should have bought high because he had been pitching well before he went into a little bit of a funk. I mean, 11 earned in his last 2. He had 0 in his 2 prior. He's horrible on the road, like I talked about. Miami's lost 7 of 10. This is a 3rd straight road series, and they're 2-5 currently on that road series trip. Giolito, I mean, 4 of his last 5 have been on the road. He's been incredible at home. His last 4 starts, 1 earned in those 4 starts combined. He's coming off a bad start at San Diego, but San Diego's playing well. I know we'll get to them later. But I think it's a good spot for Boston, man. I think 168 is a fair price. If you don't want to lay the juice, I would lay the 1.5 or parlay them with the Phillies earlier that I talked about, and that'll give you a nice plus price. So I like Boston. I like your team total over, and I like that minus 1.5 for Boston.
Yeah, the Knicks schedule just got released, man. I feel like this is the year for us, kid. Even though the Red Sox have kind of cooled down as of late, I think they've been playing around 500 baseball. I still like them here at home. Outside of Wednesday night, the Fish have not been playing really good baseball. And now they're throwing Sandy Alcantara, who I still can't get it in my mind how he's won a Cy Young, this guy.
Bro, he's amazing
that year. But outside of that, he has not been good. This year, he's terrible on the road. He fooled me late towards July. Again, another guy who tried to fool me, but then we see old Sandy back. He's given up 5+ runs on the road in 3 of the last 4 road starts. I think coming back home after a long trip for Boston, I think it's going to help their offense figure some things out. And, it always helps facing Sandy Alcantara as well. And I'll say this. I like Boston. I'm not a big Giolito guy, but I got to give him credit. He's much better this past 2 months.
Bro, he's great at home. He's great at home, man.
So I just don't see how offensively Miami could keep up with Boston right now. I like Boston big. I don't mind the -168. I made him a -190 favorite. -1.5, I think, is the play, though.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I like that, too. I think Boston will explode offensively here. So, we'll go down to Kansas City, where Aaron Savale is traveling to face Cameron and the Kansas City Royals. I have, -188 for Kansas City, +160 on the take back for the White Sox. Over under at 9. D-Rock, what you got for this?
Sorry, did we miss one, or is it a different one? Houston and Baltimore?
Did we miss Houston?
No, we could do this one. I don't have much. I
don't see Lonzo on Baltimore, Houston.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Another one of those games. But, for White Sox Royals, I thought 9 was a kind of high for these two teams, and you're getting plus money. That's been a theme recently today. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Even money on an under 9. My total came out to 8.1. I like Noah Cameron. I think he's been really good for the Royals lately. The under has cashed in 5 of his last 7 games, 6 of his last 8 home games as well. So I think we'll see a lower scoring game. And on the other side, you got Aaron Savale, who honestly, he's been serviceable on the road. His last 6 road starts have all gone under this total, and both clubs, they actually have decent bullpens. You really don't expect that from the White Sox, but their bullpen's probably middle of the pack. The Royals have a good bullpen as well, so I think we see a lower scoring game, maybe 4-1, 4-2 type game, but 9 seems kind of high.
It's one of my favorite plays, man. I love the under. You talked about Savale, 12 1/3 scoreless innings pitch streak on the road. He came in, so basically he's coming off his worst start of the year. He allowed 9 earned. He came into that game with a 17 1/3 scoreless innings pitch streak, regardless of location. But he still got that 12 1/3 scoreless streak on the road going. And I mean, the White Sox are struggling. The offense has been inconsistent. So if I look at the last 5 games, they scored 1, 6, 1, 9, and 0 in their last 5. Now, if you contrast that to the other side with Cameron, who's 4-1 in his last 4. He's allowed 0, 4, 0, 4, 0 in his last 5. He's on 11 2/3 innings pitched scoreless streak at home. So both of these teams, they faced off 7 times already this year. 4 of those did go under. I think the under is a slam dunk here. I like the first 5 under as well. So if you want to go half unit full game, half unit first 5, I don't hate that at all. I think that's a good play. Sidewise, it would be Kansas City or nothing. I mean, Kansas City's playing extremely well right now, so can't take that away from him. This is the game that we next up. We got Baltimore. We got Baltimore traveling to Houston. Framber Valdez is probably going to be a monster favorite. I'm assuming against Young. But did you have anything on this one, D-Rock?
No, nothing much. I saw us go out of order real quick, but I think Astros on the run line. I think Valdez is so good. You mentioned Giolito at home. Valdez at home is he's so good. 5-1, 165 ERA. On the road, not so much. I think there are some spots where you could fade him, but I expect to see a bounce back from him as well. Last 2 starts were on the road against the Yankees and the Red Sox, but at home, he's just a much different pitcher. He's only given up 1 run at home in the last 22 innings. Mm-hmm. So I just don't see the Orioles being able to get to Valdez here. They struggle against lefties in general, and honestly, backing Baltimore on the road is not a very smart move. Brandon Young is just not good either. I don't think he's good. I think he's going to get touched up here. I like Astros big. There'll probably be a $2 favorite though.
Yeah, I would guess 225.
Yeah.
They've been playing well. I mean, they've got 3 straight series, straight series wins. They each won 2-1 in all 3 of those. Valdez, to bring it to your point, and we talked about Giolito. In the same 4 games, they both allowed the same number of runs, 1 in the last 4 home games. Yeah. So that's really his hit rate is up a little bit. If you look at Valdez's hit rate, it is up a little bit. but I don't think Baltimore will be able to capitalize. I don't like Young. I mean, he's been better on the road. I will give him that. But I think this is a great spot for Houston, who's, peaking at the right time. They always do, man. And that's scary for a lot of teams. But yeah, it would be Houston -1.5 or nothing. Maybe a Baltimore team total over. If you want to go first 5 team total under. Baltimore team total under. First 5 team total under to keep Valdez in there as well, because I think he dominates in this specific spot. We got to talk about the Yankees, sadly. So we're going to go to St. Louis, where Luis Hill is going to face Palante. We have St. Louis. We got New York -130, St. Louis +114, 8.5 is a total -125 on the over. You can go under 9 -120 as well. So that's, shop around for sure. I guess I could start us off, D-Rock. St. Louis is a weird team, man. They are a weird team. Probably not as weird as the Yankees, but I will say this. So I talked about how baseball is just so weird. The Cardinals, they beat the Dodgers, they beat the Cubs in back-to-back series, and then they lose 2 of 3 to Colorado. That's just it's so weird. Yeah. And Hill's improved in his last start. He also went 2 more innings pitched. I think they're still monitoring that. So it's hard for me to back the Yankees not knowing what we're going to get from Hill, especially with that bullpen. I would maybe look at an over. Palante's been pretty good. 2 or less in 8 of his last 9, but he's allowed at least 4 in those other 4. So I'm sorry, 5 of his last 9. So in those other 4 games, he's allowed at least 4 runs in those. Up and down in his home starts. But like I said, it's hard to trust the Yankees bullpen. I don't really know. If you tell me that Hill is guaranteed to go, 5 2/3, 6 innings, then yeah, I think the Yankees are a fair price. But we just don't know that. And I can't trust the bullpen to come in if he can't go, if his pitch count gets up in the first inning or 2, and then he has to be pulled in like the 3rd or 4th inning. I don't trust him to go the distance with the bullpen. So it would be St. Louis or nothing for me. I would look over as well. St. Louis offense has been a little bit better. So it would be over or nothing for me. St. Louis at home for the home dog, but I don't really love it.
Can you believe they changed the no shaving for that guy?
Oh, man.
Terrible. Absolute terrible. I can't back the Yankees here. I'm sorry. Louis Gill he's been awful, I think, since coming back. That first start was terrible. I don't care about the second start. And Cardinals, I think, they're a weird team. That's a great adjective to describe them. Their offense has been better at home this season as well. So they're averaging around 4.39 runs per game this season in St. Louis. Plus, you mentioned it. I think that the cap for me was the Yankees bullpen is still a problem for them. And I just don't know what I'm going to get night in and night out of them. I know Palana isn't the best either, but I do think he might be getting the Yankees at the right time here. So the value is with the Cardinals. Now, will I be betting the game? Probably not, but it's Cardinals or pass for me. I could agree on the over 8.5 as well. My total came out to 8.9. Yeah. I do think we'll see some runs here in St. Louis.
Yeah, 100%. And I think we'll see some runs in this next game as well. We got Brandon Pfaadt going for Arizona Cardinals against Gordon from Colorado. I see -190 for Arizona, +158, for Colorado. Over under of 11.5. What you got for this one, D-Rock?
Yeah, D-backs or their team total over for me. That's really the only thing I like in this game. The D-backs offense has been amazing. I would look at their team total over. The offense has looked really good. 6+ runs in 4 of the last 5 games, and now going up to elevation against Tanner Gordon, who he just gave up 10 runs to the same Arizona team last week.
12 hits. Yep.
12 hits, exactly. So I don't see this game being very different. Gordon, he's given up 6+ runs in 3 straight games. So I think we're going to see a ton of runs here. I like the over as well, but I'd rather back Arizona's offense as opposed to Colorado's. I think they stay hot here. Arizona team total over. That's how I play this game.
Man, the over is one of my favorite plays. I talked about that under for Kansas City. This one specifically is one of my favorite overs. Everything is pointing to the over. Yeah. 2 of the 3 went over during the last meeting that we talked about. You talked about Gordon, 10 earned on 12 hits versus them. If you flip that to 27 hits in his last 3, 12 earned. So he's allowing a lot of contact. And Colorado, surprisingly, their offense has been solid over the last month. Yeah, they've been solid offensively. Snake's playing well though, 7-3 last 10. just Fox been up and down on the road. Don't really trust Gordon, as you talked about. 23 earned runs on 31 hits in his last 3 games.
Terrible.
I mean, that's everything in this screams over, which means it'll probably end like 4-3. But like this is a over. Like I think they may get to 12 runs in like 5 innings. Like that's what kind of game I think this is going to be. So I'm all over the over here. It's probably one of my best looks on the card, along with that under for Kansas City. So next up, we got Yusei Kikuchi and the Los Angeles Angels going against the Athletics and Perkins. Minus 105 for Athletics. Shop around for sure. And the Angels minus 115. Over under is 10. Man, if the Angels, every time the Angels see the Dodgers on the schedule, they light up and they play well. I mean, good sweep. They back-to-back 1-run wins. Kikuchi's been pretty steady. His contact rate is up a little bit, which could be an issue especially for the top of this A's lineup. I just don't like Perkins as much. I mean, I know some people think he's got some upside. I mean, he's okay. Don't get me wrong, but in this spot, coming off a good series win. I mean, it could be a sell high spot for the Angels, but I think the way Kikuchi's been pitching, if he can keep that contact down, especially at the top end of that lineup for the A's, I think he'll be fine here. So minus 115 looks a little cheap to me. I would probably make it like around 125, just with how Kikuchi's been going. And if I'm not mistaken, the A's, they've been a bit up and down offensively, but just consistent wise over the season, their numbers still look okay. But just as of late, they've kind of been, their record is 500 last 10. I think they've been a little bit up and down offensively. So I'm going to take the Halos here. I don't really hate an over either.
Yeah, I know Kikuchi really on the road isn't necessarily backable, but I like them here. Minus 110. My numbers made them a minus 120. So to your point, I think that would be around the number they should be. They're playing good baseball. They came off they sweep the Dodgers, which I did not have that on my bingo card. And I think they're playing well offensively. Kikuchi, that last start against the A's back in the beginning of June, 7 scoreless. He only gave up 1 hit. And A's have kind of been up and down this past week. And I think the main thing that put me to the Angels was I don't trust Jack Perkins at home. Yeah. 7.15 ERA. He has not looked good in the month of August, over a 7 ERA. And he's back. If he doesn't go well, he's backed by a bottom 5 bullpen as well. So I think the Angels stay hot here. I think this is a really good spot. And I think we're getting a discounted price as well. So minus 110, I really like the Angels here.
Yep. Before we get to the last few games, talk to you about Circa Million and Circa Survivor. I think that's where Scott is right now. Hopefully he's signing up. He might sign up for the grand, the $100,000 one, knowing Scott. The world's greatest sports book, Circa Las Vegas, is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest, Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo, with over 21 million in guaranteed prizes. You can't call yourself a true DGN if you're not competing in a Circa football contest. Come hang out with SGPN at the Circa contest weekend, August 21st to 23rd, for an amazing weekend, including 5 shows and open bars. Plus, you get 15% off of a stay at the Circa with the promo code SGP15. The contests are open to everyone. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com and use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy. Also brought to you by Underdog. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to the first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog also is a great place to play Pick'em, where you can win up to 500x your entry. I don't really have an entry right now. Maybe we can get to it at the end of the show when we talk about it. But sign up with our promo code SGPN MLB to claim a special pick first time deposit offer to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN MLB. All right, D-Rock, we got 2 games left. We can finish strong. We got a good one right here. Probably the series of the weekend. And for this division for sure. We got Michael King going against Clayton Kershaw, San Diego, traveling to Dodger Stadium to face the Dodgers. Minus 138, plus 118. What do you got for this one, D-Rock? Oh, over under, I'm sorry, 8.5, minus 118 as a total.
Yeah, I got to take the dog here, kid. Padres are red hot right now. Pitching has been great. Offense, they broke out in spurts recently as well this past week as well. To be honest, I know he's pitched well in the month of August in 2 starts, but I'm not the highest on Clayton Kershaw. I know he's put together back-to-back solid starts, but in July, I don't think he was the best. He's kind of been up and down. I'd much rather back Mako King. I know he hasn't been good, but this offense has. I'd rather back the hotter team. They have the better bullpen as well. So I'm not high on the Dodgers. They blew the lead. They're not in first place anymore. Watch out for this Padres team. I think they're legit, and they're getting hot at the right time as well. So the value for me is with Padres.
Yeah, I agree with you. And actually, you know what? I think Kershaw's been a lot better than I would make an argument. I mean, Glasnow is probably the best pitcher, but I think Kershaw has been the best since he's came back. He's been really good. I mean, you talked about it 2-0 in August after a winless July. But even though he was winless, he still pitched okay. 1 earned or less in 3 of his last 4. 1 earned in each of his last 2 at home. So he's been pretty solid. It's just the Dodgers they can't put together anything. And I've been not a beneficiary of them because I've been playing them on these bounce back spots and they just not bounce back. They just been the same. They're 4-6 in the last 10, 4 straight losses. Contrast that to 8-2 in the last 10 for San Diego, 5 in a row. I like King. Something to monitor, which is why I'm not all the way in, is his workload because he only pitched 2 innings in his first start. This is his second start since returning, so I'm kind of iffy about that. I mean, I know the bullpen will be okay, but I don't think you want them in that spot against. I mean, the Dodgers lineup is still the Dodgers lineup at the end of the day, but. If King can go okay and they can, keep his pitch count to a manageable level, then I think the Padres are the side. So it'll be Padres and nothing for me. I would look at the over as well. I think you can see some runs in this series specifically. So we're going to close it out with a not so good game. I'll say that, especially coming off of this one. We're going to get Boyle and Tampa Bay Rays traveling to take on San Francisco and Landon Rope minus 130, which is insane for San Francisco. Tampa is plus 115. Over under is 7.5. Yeah, D-Rock, I mean, to be quite honest with you, I like Rope. I mean, he'll likely be on a workload. This is his first start back since July 25th, I think. He had an injury, so something to monitor. I don't know if he'll be in a similar spot where he's pitching, I don't know if it's a pitch count or inning count type of thing. They didn't really specify, but he will be, he would likely be on a workload. San Francisco 4-6 last 10. Tampa 4-6 the last 10. I don't like Boyle. I prefer Rope, but I mean, I just don't know how long he's gonna be able to pitch. Boyle's allowed 4+ in 2 of his last 3, 9 walks in his last 3, 5 home runs in his last 4. I know it's probably the wrong. It's probably the wrong play with San Francisco's offense not being as good, but I think we can go over this number 7.5. I think both teams can get 4 runs, so I'm going over. It would be San Francisco or nothing for me. If I knew that Rope was the exact pitch count or inning count that he was on, I would be on San Francisco. But being that, it'll just be a slight bet for me, maybe a first 5.
Yeah, I probably won't bet the game, but I agree on the over 7.5. My total came out to 8.2, so I do think we'll see some runs here. I do like the Rays as a dog. I only made the Giants a minus 115 favorite. I don't think he should be that big of a favorite. The Giants stink. They've lost 5 in a row. The offense doesn't look good. And me, Lonte, I like to fade guys coming back. And you don't. How long is he going to go? That's exactly my thing. Exactly. And I agree. Joe Boyle isn't good either. He gives up a ton of walks. Hard hit rate is up there. Contact is up. I do think we'll see some runs. I do think this is a good opportunity. And the ball loves to travel in San Francisco at night. So I do think we'll see some runs. I probably wouldn't bet this, but if I did, it'd probably be either the over. It's a little chalky. I'm starting to see some 8s pop up, so that worries me. But probably the Rays plus 115. I can't back the Giants.
Yeah, that's fair, man. I don't disagree. If I knew how long he's going to pitch or just more specifics about it, then maybe I could get behind it, but I can't do it right now. Yeah, that wraps it up, D-Rock. I mean, we had a few games off the board. I think we still navigated through it. We're under an hour, probably get out of here in under 50 minutes, actually. So Scott will be happy about that. But, yeah, man, lock and dog time, you can lead us off.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a price. All right. For my lock, I love the under. I know I might steal it from you, but I love that Kansas City.
Cool.
That Kansas City under is insane. Under 9 at even money with Aaron Savali and Noah Cameron. Noah Cameron's been really good at home for them. And Aaron Savali, like you mentioned the scoreless count, he's been really good. Last 6 road starts have all gone under. Both good bullpens. I think we see a low-scoring game. So I'll take that under as my lock. As my dog, let's continue to fade Sandy Alcantara. I'll take the Red Sox on the run line plus 118. I mean, how can anyone back Sandy Alcantara at this point? He's terrible. And you mentioned Lucas Giolito at home has been really good right now. So I think coming home after a long road trip is going to help this offense for Boston. So I'm gonna back Boston here at home. I think they get back into the win column. I think they win big here as well. So minus 1.5 at plus 118 as my lock, or as my dog. Excuse me.
Yeah, man, that's you stole both of my picks, but it's all good. I told you I like another one. Yeah. That over in Colorado and Arizona. I mean, I think that has all the makings of being 9-8, maybe a 10-12. That could be crazy. I love the over in that game. So over 11.5. You maybe can find a juiced 11, but 11.5 is serviceable for that. So I think that's perfectly fine. For the dog, I was gonna go with the Padres, but with my luck with fading the Dodgers, it won't work, and they'll come out and score 40 runs. But let's go with the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's go Toronto Blue Jays. Even money at home, short dog. I don't really like Bassett, but I think DeGrom's trouble, especially on the road, could maybe get to him here. I don't really like the way Texas is playing. I like DeGrom. I just don't like the way Texas is playing, and I don't like how he's been performing as of late. So a little bit of a flip here. I kind of liked Texas early on, but once you kind of gave your handicap and then I kind of looked over some stuff, I'm going to go with Toronto at home for the dog. That's it, D-Rock. So, man, we did it. I'll be back tomorrow with Mal. D-Rock will be at the game. Scott will be in Vegas. Hopefully he doesn't get alcohol poisoning. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't get alcohol poisoning. But yeah, man, that's it for today. Appreciate everybody in the chat. I know D-Rock was monitoring the chat, man. I'm not good at multitasking or hosting, as you guys can tell. So shout out D-Rock for that. Shout out everybody in the chat as usual. Me and Mal will be back tomorrow. Hopefully we have some winners. And hopefully Mal has a lot of good stories because he's probably loaded with stories this weekend. So yeah, man, good luck everybody today on your bets and let it ride.